Start the show. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's the Arty 84 show live here, episode 185. It is 97 degrees outside, which means it's 107 degrees inside the studio here. And as always, the Adam the Mal to the left of me is hanging out, having a cooling himself down.
Got my ice pack, got my beer, got my water.
That Blockbuster Video did not have an air conditioner.
No, it doesn't. No, we filed for bankruptcy, man. We're barely hanging in there. We can't afford air conditioner anymore.
Right. Can you hear the fan going I have in the room at all?
No. Can you hear mine?
No. I have like a supersonic, like this. It's called a quiet fan. But all it's doing is blowing the super hot air back in my face. So it's like the equivalent of standing in front of a hair dryer.
So it's blowing its bountiful load in your face?
Basically, I just got a load of warm air all over my face. This is episode 185. If you're watching here live or you're watching on YouTube, we got special guest tonight. Kurt Ryan will be joining us shortly. And we'll find a little information about him. I'm going to say he's from California.
I'm going to say he is from, well, I'm cheating. So
you got the info?
He's not from there, I'll tell you that.
Is he from New York?
No.
I was going to say.
Unless I have a, what's his name again?
Kurt Ryan. That's
right, Kurt Ryan. No, he's not from there either, I'll tell you that. No. You won't guess it.
Well, he's currently
unless it's a different Kurt Ryan comedian. I'm looking at.
He's in our waiting room right now, which is good. And we'll bring him in about 10 minutes. So he knows the difference between Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Standard Time, which is good. Do you think he knows the difference between the Major League Baseball and NFL? Does he think the Dodgers play the Patriots at all? Like I guess from last week. She's been very nice, by the way.
Do you want to know where he's from?
We can guess. I'll guess when he comes on. How's that sound? Make a game out of it.
All right.
You see all that rain that was falling?
Yeah, it came down pretty hard.
I got smacked right in the dab of it as I was driving.
Probably felt amazing.
I had to pull over at the Bertucci's on Route 1 because of the highway was flooding. So that's always good, But I don't know if it was refreshing or not because I was inside the car, and then I opened the window a little bit. It was very muggy, so I'm assuming it's very muggy outside right now.
I do have one thing to say before we bring our guest in, though. For sure. I'm a free man. Jello might have 5 letters, but free, F-R-E-E, free.
Right, a boy, Bill Cosby, free at last.
About technicality. Oh.
The reality is he shouldn't have even gone at all. Because I guess he had. Did you read it? He made an agreement before the trial, so everything would have been thrown out.
Yes, there was evidence that was used that was said it wasn't supposed to be used, but was originally used in something else, and they said they weren't going to use it again.
So it was a civil case. So he already paid. He already paid most of the woman, anyways. Money. This was just a criminal case on it. So he already settled all that cases. Yes, they weren't supposed to use anything from the civil, I believe, into the criminal. But I mean, he did serve 3 years. His sentence was only 3 to 10 years. So wasn't going to make it to 10 years. He's 82 years old. He would be 89 when he got out of there.
Yeah, I mean, granted, he probably should have. The way the system works, yes, he should be released. It's a shame though that it happened like this though, because he is a piece of shit.
It was a huge fuck up on the prosecutor. He had really good lawyers. I don't know how he convinced the lawyer to have the prosecutor throw out any evidence in one case. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's true.
Better than OJ's lawyer.
Yeah, right.
What do you think OJ? Do you think OJ's tweeting about this?
Well, OJ won again. Didn't he try to rob someplace in Vegas to get his own shit?
Yeah, that's how he ended up going to jail for.
That's funny.
He didn't go to jail for murder, but he went to jail for he went to a hotel in Vegas. I was in Vegas when the trial was going on, believe it or not. It was like 2008. And he went into a he had a gun, and he went to, it was like a member of, he was supposed to meet someone at a hotel room to buy his Heisman. I don't know if the people knew it was him. I think it was just a sale to be done. And he shows up there and he's like, "This is O.J. Simpson. I want my Heisman back." And the guy's like, "No, you have to pay me." He's like, "I'm not paying you. I'm O.J. Simpson. That is my Heisman. My name is on that thing." And then, I don't know what happened. He went to jail.
Oh, what's this? Hold on. I just Googled O.J. Simpson because I wanted to know how much he lost.
Yeah.
Had to pay out. But he's from prison. And now he owes $70 million right now.
Damn. To who?
He was ordered to pay $33.5 million in the civil trial.
Okay.
That's how much he lost in the civil trial, but he now owes $70 million.
Damn. But the thing is, they can't touch his pension, so they could like literally. I don't know how that works. I don't know how does he survive. He does a lot of golf. He's always golfing.
It's doubled. It has interest, I guess, and it says he acquired 2 counts of murder, 94 slain, but a civil court jury found him liable and ordered him to pay $33.5 million, which has more than doubled over 2 decades. So,
well, there you go.
Interest, I guess. I don't know. That's insane.
Must be nice to be O.J. Simpson.
70 now. Fuck.
He's how old is he?
Wait, this came out? This came out in 2018. In 2018, he was 70.
Okay. Oh wow. So he's like in his. I'm thinking he was close to the Bill Cosby age. So yeah, 73. I'm the OJ. I'm free. I killed my wife and her gay friend who was the waiter.
Well, he might have spent millions. Remember, he spent quite a hunk of change too on trying to find the real killers. Remember?
And he wrote a book about it. He actually wrote a book that said,
"Oh, the hypothetical."
If I did it, which I actually own, and it's quite interesting because he speaks of himself with like an imaginary friend who does all the killing. He's like the good angel, but he has a friend who does all the bad stuff, and that is we're not quite sure who he is, even though the case clearly says there was only one person there at the time, and all evidence 100% points to the OJ. How the hell does that happen?
You know what goes good with Jello? Orange juice.
What do you think Bill's doing tonight? His first day back. Apparently, he found out about it like 4 hours before he was let out. Like it was like, hey, imagine just being in jail. You're like, God damn, I got like 7 more years left, and they're like knocking your door.
I'm not even convinced he knows where he is, to be quite honest. I mean, you look at. I know he's gone kind of blind, but just looking at him, he's got like that. Yeah, that look off stare.
Like the president has.
Yeah, kind of.
You shouldn't leave him alone for too long because they might use the stove and set the house on fire.
Exactly. He just like stares off. Like, yeah.
Isn't that sucks? You could have an incredible life, and like how you go out is basically wandering off from your house or accidentally burning it down because you turned the stove on and you didn't know what you thought you were turning on the TV. It's kind of sad.
That's terrifying. And like in your mind, your kids never existed. You never knew you had them. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I'd rather get like hit by a dump truck before that happens.
I'd rather kill myself before I lose all those memories. Wouldn't you rather, I mean, people look at me weird when I say that, but wouldn't you rather your own memories die with you rather than you never knowing your own son or daughter ever existed? That sounds horrible. It's
terrible. Yeah, you might exactly. I agree 100%. It's a terrible way to go.
Horrible.
Hopefully, the good Lord takes us up prior to any of the memory loss that we may have. I guess memory is one of those things. As long as you're actively using your mind, most people end up being well. Because I have a great aunt that's like, she's gonna be 100 years old in September. She still has her wits for the most part, as any older gal would have back in the, Yeah. But I remember when my great grandmother, when she turned 100 back in 1994ish, she did not have all her wits to her. In fact, she probably thought she was on a different planet. So it is interesting how the human mind works. It's just a big old sponge of blood. Yeah.
Looking right here, and it says it's unclear what causes 99% of Alzheimer's cases. That's not good.
Great. I heard a rumor for one point. So someone said it was aluminum. Don't drink out of an aluminum can. You'll get the Alzheimer's.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
I go, really? Was that what you figured was going to give it to you? Just like, you should smoke cigarettes when you're pregnant because it helps the baby. Like, because that was a smart thing to do.
Well, my favorite is from the pregnant people who still smoke is I can't quit. It's an urban legend, but I can't quit because it would actually hurt the baby because I've smoked for so long. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that about drunk drivers. I can't stop driving drunk. Otherwise, I'm not going to drive good.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's keep telling yourself that. I mean, if that helps you fix you feel better. I can't stop doing PCP because it's actually going to hurt the baby.
It hurt it. Yeah.
I broke into a horse stable and I did some horse tranquilizers, stuck them in my butt, and everything went downhill from there. fucking heat's making me delirious.
You know who died today too? Donald
Ronald
Rumsfeld.
Rumsfeld, God. He died at 80, I think he was like 88 years old, almost 89.
Yep.
Do you know what he died from? Hang gliding.
I do not. I just saw the thing.
Hang gliding. He was an avid hang glider.
I do not believe you.
He hit a breeze. And there goes Donald, flying into the desert wind. That's how he gets his new nickname, the Desert Wind.
You might sway me if he was like younger than 50, maybe, but 88. If you know what though, if you're 88 and hang gliding, good for you. I will say that.
I love when people like when someone dies in like the late 80s and 90s, like, oh my God, how did he die? From being old. That's how he died. Shit. It's not like he was like 16. He's like, yeah, he passed away. How did he die? You know, car accident, childhood cancer. But like when you're 89 years old, how did he die? From being old. From making it through this 8 decades of fun.
Well, what I find hilarious though is how the media's perception and how they advertise someone dying has changed over the years of old age. It used to be, now if I remember clearly, if somebody was like 80 plus and they died, they would say they passed away.
Yeah.
And now no matter what though, it's dead at 88, dead at 92.
Yeah.
It's just
dead. They want that. The word dead is a lot stronger. Dead.
Yeah. Not passed away. Dead.
Yeah. So you like your wife says when she texts you, you know, she texts you dead. And you're like, who's dead? Me? You? I'm gonna be dead. And then you realize she just was spelling he and autocorrect made it say dead, and she didn't realize for 5 minutes.
Shit, that'd be horrible.
It's happened. Siri does some crazy things. Speaking of crazy things, we should bring in our guest. I heard he's wild and crazy. And we're gonna find out where he's from. I know where he's from. I got this. But I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna use my intelligence. And
I mean, you're not the host though. These are things you should know.
Is this a zoom of his belly button, perhaps?
What's going on?
Hey,
there he is.
His hey, Kurt Ryan, everybody. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say it's hot where you are. Would that be correct? We're trying to guess. I'm trying to guess where you're from.
I'm from Maryland.
Oh, there you go. Are you from near Baltimore?
I'm in Montgomery County, Maryland. So it's like right outside of DC.
Oh yeah, I lived in Montgomery County for 6 months actually, in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm in Germantown, Maryland. It's it's not too far from Silver Spring.
I remember that place was good old days. So how's the weather down there? Is it scorching hot, 100 degrees?
Oh yeah, it's really hot. It's really hot here.
I bet it's on 107 degrees inside your apartment there, like where I am right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I do not want to go outside today at all. That's for sure.
Isn't it terrible? Like you wait the entire winter for it to be warm, and then when it's like warm, it's horrifically warm, and you're like, why did I wish for this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I can't wait for summer to come, and then summer comes and you're still miserable.
Yeah. You just and we don't have spring no more. It used to be a nice transition period in spring, right? You used to be able to if it's getting warm, we're close 70 days, the windows are open and you can feel it. And now it doesn't happen anymore. It just goes winter, and then it goes right into scorching hot summer. At least we still have the fall. The fall is nice, right? I would agree. Like you could go out there.
The fall is probably my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
Because the year is pretty much almost over, and winter is coming, but it's not quite there yet. So it actually fall is where I get to rest and unwind a little bit before things get shitty again.
Yeah, exactly. Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
Are you I'm gonna guess the Washington football team is your team, the unnamed team?
I'm actually a New York Giants fan.
Oh, well then. We don't end the conversation right now. Thank you for having it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's better than Washington, I guess. I
guess so. I just feel bad for all those sad Washington fans that don't have a name of their team. It's very bizarre to me.
Oh yeah, it's just a football team. Like it's very.
I heard.
I heard.
Like,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
It's accurate, I guess.
Well, I heard a rumor that they had released like 5 team names and they leaked out, and someone bought all the domains for these teams, so they couldn't and like copyrighted the names and all that stuff before they could get to it. Which, if that's the case, that's actually it's brilliant actually.
Yeah.
But knowing the owners of the Redskins, it probably did happen. They probably were like drunk at a bar one night. He's like, "All right, I know this is the 5th time we're doing it, but we finally got the name of the team. It's gonna be the Washington Monuments."
Okay, so the Washington football team right now has 30 options that they have, right? 30. So we have the Aces, the Ambassadors, the Anchors, the Archers, the Armada, Aviators, Beacons, Belters, Bigrades, Commanders, Defenders, Demon Cats, First City Football Club, Griffins, Guardians, Icons, Majors, Monarchs, Pilots, Presidents, Razorbacks, Razorback, I don't know, Red Tails, Red Wolves, Red Hogs, Renegades, Riders, Rising, Royals, Ruby Swifts, Warriors, and Wayfarers.
Those are all terrible names. In fact, they sound like they went
Those
to
are all horrible.
A lot of those sound like if you created like a football team on a video game, like what you'll hit like the default names.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like it sounds like they went to like an elementary school and they went to like, all right, Mrs. Johnson's 1st grade class. All of you is write down a name of a team that you would like, and like, but isn't that how the Toronto Raptors got their name? It was like an elementary school contest, and Jurassic Park was a big movie when it came out, and all these kids liked dinosaurs, so they named it the Raptors.
For some reason, I might be thinking of Wetback, but I feel like Razorback, it's too close to that, so that would be getting back to what they're kind of trying to get away from. Yeah. So Razorback's not happening.
Yeah, it's some of them
definitely not.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. It sounds like it could be another slur. So
yeah,
it's like, oh my god, anything with back in it, don't use, or skin. Avoid skin. Avoid anything.
You don't want to be called the Washington Foreskin.
Oh yeah, then you're offending people who are circumcised.
You are indeed, and that's not the way. You're really gonna, figure out who you're gonna insult and who you're not gonna insult when it comes to pick a name, team names, because it's so sensitive. Because you'll pick a team name, and then there's a lot of homework that gets involved in this, because you really have to, because it's very expensive to change your name, your logo, everything. So like you don't want to, make a mistake. You're screwed.
Yeah, and it has to be something that's tough sounding, but you don't want to offend anybody either. So it has to be like, because if you, in the time we live in now, like, I don't know, I feel like if you name your football team something too nice and pleasant, no one's going to take it too seriously. But then if it's a name that's too tough, people will say it's hateful. So there's really no win.
No, and that's exactly situation. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. I think they should have thought of it a little bit more up in Toronto when they were naming their baseball team the Blue Jays. I mean, there's 1,000 birds you could have picked, but you picked the Blue Jay.
They're probably like, there was already an Oriole, and there's already like a Cardinal. Yeah. Fuck it, we're going Blue Jays.
They opened up the book, and that was the next bird that was available.
That episode of Family Guy, I think they're the football team is called the Silly Nannies.
Yeah. There was a lot of teams named after birds, which is very interesting. Like football has like 4 teams named after birds. Baseball, I don't know if hockey does. Basketball does though, but it's a lot of birds.
Yeah, birds are not like they're not like a ferocious animal. So it is kind of weird.
Yeah, not at all.
Like like they're like a cardinal. I don't know. They don't look very tough to me, but I guess it looks cool on the helmet. I don't know.
Do you think once people get offended by the Patriots name, the New England Patriots will change the names to New England Seagulls? Because we had a lot of seagulls up there.
Penguin. A penguin's a bird.
Oh, penguin, I forgot about the penguins. You're right. You are correct. They
I would say the Falcons probably looks the coolest. If I was to go bird name sports team, Falcons.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
It sounds like the toughest bird. Like
Yeah.
that's the bird that kills all the other birds, a falcon.
Mm. That is true. They definitely killed the Oriole. I have Orioles in my backyard, and they are the weakest, goofiest. And I'm sorry, I apologize because you're probably an Orioles fan from Maryland, right? Am I insulting? Or are you a DC fan?
I don't really follow baseball that much. I don't really have like a favorite team in baseball.
So so I can continue with my insult on the Orioles. Weak team, easily smushed.
Yeah.
Like crazy. So have you been doing much comedy? Now we're back to normal. Have you been out there doing what you got to do?
Yeah, I've started up again. Shows are opening back up, so yeah, I'm getting back out there.
Yeah.
Feels weird. I mean, I'm just glad I don't have to do I don't mind doing a podcast on Zoom, but I'm just glad I don't have to do like a stand-up show on Zoom anymore because those were fucking terrible.
Yeah. I did two about this time last year, and they were absolutely miserable. It's miserable.
Yeah.
You
feel like a psychopath, like you're doing a stand-up bit like in your kitchen to like people who muted the sound, so you don't even get the fucking reaction. It's like, am I bombing? I don't fucking know. Everyone's muted.
Yeah. I did a step further. The first one I did, I really got into it. I set my green screen and I made like a comedy club background, and I actually set the camera up so I could stand with a mic, and I could actually in my mind mentally try to pretend you're on stage. You know what I mean? And then like you said, there's no reaction. You don't even know if people listen to you or not. Yeah. And then the toughest part was keeping time, because at least when you're in a club, you kind of have an idea, but you're just rambling off into like a crazy, like you said, a crazy person in your living room, talking to people and telling jokes.
Yeah, it's there's no like a light, like they can't light you, so you just keep talking. Yeah. It's so bad. Yeah, the first one you do, because everyone was scared comedy was dead forever. So you just were like, for my first Zoom show, I'm like, well, it's better than nothing. And then I did two of them, and I'm like, you know what? It's nothing is better than this. Actually, I was wrong with my assessment the first time. Nothing is actually better than doing this.
I feel like it was good because it weeded out a lot of like bad comics. So it's like, people just like tried to do it and then they just gave up on it. It was easier than giving people up and giving them a false sense of like confidence when they go to a club, and maybe people just like laughing or they don't have no idea.
Yeah.
But the Zoom is a real insult.
It's going to be interesting. Comics who started in 2020 with those, like what they're going to do when they actually have to like do it in real life. So that'd be interesting too, because there's some comics where they started on the Zoom era of comedy, and it's like that's the worst time to start.
Yeah,
you started when literally it was dead for a while, and then it's
like buying Bitcoin a month.
So that would be interesting. Like at least don't be used to silence, so that's good.
That's true.
Silence will don't swear, oh, maybe they just muted their mics. They're like, no, this isn't Zoom. They're just not laughing.
It could be, maybe that's how they think comedy clubs go. Like, oh, people aren't supposed to laugh. Maybe is that woke comedy now? When people are woke, they don't laugh at comedy clubs because it could hurt someone's feelings.
Oh, I don't. I feel like I get a decent amount of laughs with what I do. So like, I talk a lot about like personal stuff, like my autism and like my disability and stuff. Most people laugh at those jokes I tell about it though. So it never really. I do my best to make sure it doesn't get too like uncomfortable, but at the same time, I don't want to like be afraid of getting a little uncomfortable. So it's just a balance I have to find.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that you do that, because it's like but it's tough though, right? When you go into it, because like because people may, out of like respect or like not just being a piece of crap, would just not laugh. You know what I mean? It's like you get it's very tough to transition into like, oh yeah, I'm just ripping on myself. I know what it is. Like when I tell people being cheap, like people know that, so it's like, oh yeah,
yeah. And I think people like feel like any comedian who's self-deprecating, so like that helps. Like I feel like everybody wants to. There's not a person who doesn't like self-deprecating sense of humor. So I think it works in that way too.
Yeah, it just makes it a little more comfortable too. Because if he's laughing about something, then it's all right to laugh at the jokes about it, because it's like it takes down that wall, I guess, initially.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you want to make fun of other things later, people can't really get mad at you because you started out making fun of yourself. So like people don't think like you're just some asshole who wants to like make fun of like other groups of people.
Exactly. It's a nice technique to use. It's like yeah, because you figure like the best way, like if someone's if someone's heckling you, or someone's like I don't know, like you're doing like a roast battle comic, it's almost easier to just accept the insult and be like, yes, like you're an ass. I'm like, yes, I know I'm an ass. I'm big. Because it almost inflates the power of the diss and gives you all the power, because you can switch it and make it sound good. So
yeah, I had to move to another room here.
Yeah, I think I actually had that same shower curtain that you had in one of my old apartments. I was like looking at it, I was like, that looks really familiar. I think my first apartment had the same shower curtain.
Oh yeah, it's not bad curtain.
Nope, they do the job. I think it's probably a Target special, because that's where I buy most of my stuff too.
Yeah. So you doing comedy again?
I'm trying to. It was tough because I was about to get back into the game right before everything hit, and then I had a kid, which really puts the damper on some stuff, because I can't just be like, hey, I'm going to stay late and go out and do a show, because mics don't start to 8 and then 9. And then I was about to like say, maybe once a week I'm going to try to do something. Everything shut down. And it was kind of like, shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know how comedians with kids do it, because like these shows, they go so late, and then like then if you're married, your wife is probably like, oh well, the father's had an open mic. So
there's a thing I like to think that I never really thought. You could go out every night if you wanted to, but there is consequences to pay if one does so. And it's almost easier to, it's like when you're a kid, it almost feels like you're a kid again, right? And you're like, and you ask your mom, you're like, she may say no, but you don't want to ask her. So you like delay it. Then,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
one of those, you wait to the last minute to ask, so she can't say no. So it's like yeah.
You wait till your friends are outside in the car, and like they're in front of the house, and like, oh yeah, by the way, I hope this is okay. So like theoretically, I could go and do an open mic every night if I wanted to, but I wouldn't. It would be very tough to continue that for a long period of time without getting my ass chewed every time I came home. Now, if you can manage and be like, maybe I'll do it once a week, I'll do everything else I can. It's like a compromise, right? And then, you're less likely to get any shit, because it's like, it's my one night. I get to do what I need to do here. You know what I mean? It's fun.
Like you say, Arty, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. Right. So
all the time, kids, if you're listening out there, always just do it and then ask for forgiveness at the end, because it's a lot easier. Because if you do it right, and then they get mad at you, at least you did it right, and it's done, and you can deal with the madness. They'll wear off a little while. But if you ask and they say no,
then you're done.
Yeah,
it's just over now. Yeah.
So
you can be like, oh, I didn't think to ask at first. That is my bad.
Yeah.
That's on me. I didn't even think of asking. My bad.
Didn't know it was something I had asked. Thought it was just assumed.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Because that's the great thing about the playing stupid sometimes, is you have one strike at it. It doesn't really work with murder, because I think that's universal, that you're not supposed to kill anyone. You can't be like, I didn't know I couldn't kill him. Oh,
I didn't know it was wrong. I thought I could do this.
But like, if you like say what I did, cut down a tree in my backyard and wasn't supposed to, and then I could be like, I didn't know. So I guess maybe that's not playing stupid though, if you just didn't know in the first place.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So, Kurt, I have a question for you though. So being on the spectrum, has this helped? Has comedy helped you? Have you I don't know the kind of question I'm trying to ask here. Has it helped you kind of gear you kind of like tune your craft more? Like, did you get into comedy in a way to help you sort of deal with being on the spectrum, or was it just something you kind of gravitated towards? I'm just trying to,
Well, I like comedy. I was always into it, but yeah, I think it helped me like deal with being on the spectrum for sure. Because like if you're in like special ed classes in school, people are like gonna like make fun of you and they're gonna bully you. So like I feel like you have to learn how to make a joke about yourself before they can get you. And then once you make a joke about yourself, you take what they were going to use against you away from them. And then there's nothing left they can say because you owned who you are already with humor. So, and that just also makes people like you and they want to socialize with you more because they see that you're able to be funny about that stuff. So comedy's definitely helped with that. And then, now I'm an adult and I'm still like kind of that person who does that. So like I just started doing stand up because I figured, that's just kind of geared towards my personality. So I figured why not?
Yeah.
Kids are fucking assholes. But it's very true what you said. Like if someone takes a shot at you and you just go, yeah, you're right, I am. And then it's like, it just shuts the whole thing down because they realize they can't get to you that way. So
that's what I would tell kids is like, if a bully says something about you, just agree with what they're saying. And they'll just
it's over.
Like,
you will.
Well, he admitted he was a piece of shit, so now we have nothing.
Yeah, you would literally fuck with the bully's head. There'd probably be less bullying out there. In fact, if every kid who was getting bullying just said, "Hey, listen, if someone says you're an asshole, or someone says you're stupid or something like that, right? And they're much, much bigger than you, and you know you're not gonna be able to physically kick their ass, then you can mentally kick their ass by going, I know, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
And then spin it.
It just becomes unfun for them at that point.
Yes.
Because, you didn't give them the reaction they wanted. So they move on to the other kid who like goes, no, I'm not. And then you're like,
yep.
The thing is, it's funny that it carries on into adulthood. It's like a shark smelling blood. I see it all the time. I see it in our work office as adults. Like if it bothers somebody, like somebody will just go right in there. It's
right.
And another thing too, I just thought of this bully, like we call it making fun because like there's something inherently in humans where like ridiculing other people is fun. So like we call it making fun of somebody because it's fun. It's like
that's actually funny you said that. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it's like who's it fun for? The person doing the joke. I'm just making fun. You know what I mean? It's like grab a girl's ass.
Then when it's never just one person by themselves, other people join in and making fun of somebody. So it becomes this like fun bonding experience for these people who want to call you horrible names.
Yeah,
right. It's fucking evil. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Kids are fucking evil. Like they really are. Like they're no one's a bigger asshole than like a 7th grade girl. Like that could be the biggest asshole on the planet right there. And she'll tell you.
Like,
women are horrible.
Like teenage girls are the most evil
mean
people you can be. Like a white teenage girl who's just because they'll like find an insecurity and they'll say it to you. They'll be like,
yep. They're honest. Yeah,
they're completely fucking twisted. At least if a guy doesn't like you, right? He's just like, I don't fucking like. He'll like peacock, yes, and he'll get his friends on. He'll make your life the living hell. But a girl will still involve you in her life as a friend, even though you're not her friend. And she will be like, oh, Kristen, you're my best friend. And then she'll be like, Kristen's a fucking bitch, right? And like totally fuck her life around. Women are twisted. Teenage girls are fucking twisted.
Very mean.
I think Louis C.K. Said it best. Like a guy will beat the shit out of you, but like a girl will like shit on your soul, like and who you are as a person.
They'll take that biggest insecurity you have and then twist it around your face, and they'll actually joke about your insecurities with other people, and then they'll be like fake to your face. And then when they really want to dig in, they'll use it against you, and it'll be like a twisted knife into your thigh.
Slow.
Yeah.
Slow knife turn. That guy, it's just like, boom, girl, slow.
A guy will be like, you're fat. and then a girl, her insult will go into why you're fat. Like,
Yeah.
like you're
You have
fat
relationship issues. You
because
can't.
your father wasn't there. That's why you're fat. Guys, like you're a fat sack of shit, and that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Oof.
Teenage girls. That's why I stopped dating teenage girls because they just can't,
Yeah,
can't
too
deal with
mean.
all the drama. That's what Bill Cosby should have said. Until he comes. You see, Bill Cosby's a free man now, Kurt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting,
Yeah, I
interesting world we live in.
I made it home.
I think there was some jello waiting for him when he got to his house, like some scary jello.
Yeah, man. I thought 2020 was a crazy year, but 2021, it's like, all right, Bill Cosby's out.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein's like, please,
Yeah,
please find a way
he's
for
gonna
me to.
be like, Bill's out. Why can't I be out? We allegedly did the same thing. There's no evidence, but we allegedly did the same thing. I mean, yeah. So the good thing is, out of all this, that the justice system actually does work to the sense that there was a technicality that was placed upon it by his law team and was able to sit. So that means that if this ever happens to you, I, or Adam in the future, if we ever, some girl says,
I hope not, but if it
I
does,
hope not either. And then we made the same agreement. All this would do is make sure that stupid agreement isn't made prior, and then it was all good and go. And if you didn't agree to it, then none of this would have happened, and he was still in jail. But so if anyone's lawyers out there, make sure you don't do something stupid like this, unless maybe he was a big fan. What was the show that he did when he was like before the Cosby Show, and he was like a cartoon character, Fat Albert?
Oh yeah.
Hey. The guy was a fat Albert.
What's going on?
So I don't know if you've seen any of the press conference they had. So he got home to his house, and all like the lawyers came out and they were talking, and then Bill was there. He didn't say much, but you could hear people in the audience going, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." And I was like, wow,
yeah, that's it. It's like this guy is out for a rape, and then everyone's like, hey. It was like, let's do the cartoon catchphrase, Adam.
Yeah, it's oof. There's another one. Make sure they can get anyone. Remember, I learned this a long time ago that they could get anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. You may be able to survive for a little while, but they'll eventually get you. Even Whitey Bulger got caught.
Well, when it's that many number of people that you've done horrible shit to, if like 15 of them start talking, you're fucked. But you look at these numbers of like him or like Harvey Weinstein, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like you did, like when you get to the 30th woman you did this to, are you starting to get scared?
Yeah. And it's like, it takes a lot of effort too. We all know how it is to hit on women. It's like, you got to be like in the zone. You got to be out. Everything's going to be, otherwise you would just sit there and just be like, yeah, I don't care. It is what it is. So like the amount of effort you're putting into to first try to seduce them, because I'm assuming they were originally trying to do it the lawful way. And then when that wasn't working, they went to plan R, which was Plan Ruffian. And let's see if we could just drag them back to the
but if you're a guy like Harvey Weinstein, you should know no woman is gonna fuck you willingly.
That's true.
Like he looks like a turtle with Down syndrome with a wonky eye. Like no woman is like, all right, that's what's going in me tonight. I'm making that decision.
I don't know. It's the things that people will do for a role if it means millions of dollars. I don't know. But he's definitely he's a dickhead. He definitely deserves what he's got coming.
Not a nice guy.
I get what you're saying, like kind of, but at the same time, it's just like, if you like, what hurts is he thought he was some sort of like sexual guru. It's like, no, dude, like anyone can be a rapist. That doesn't make, they're not wanting to have sex with you. Like,
speaking of pathetical sex gurus, I was following the Nixium, that sex cult. I was watching a documentary on that the other day. You remember that Allison Mack chick who from Smallville, the TV series, who was like part of that whole thing? Her sentence just was handed out today. She got 3 years for being like his like right hand organizer. But
The
that
right
Keith
hand
Raniere
stroke.
guy got 120 years. So he's gonna rot in fucking hell. I mean,
Yeah,
ugh.
it's
There's a certain part of shittiness of the prison those people go. You know what I mean? Those like, you know, I think they got to separate it for a while because someone will fucking kill them.
yeah, they think they're above the law. That's the thing. They probably don't think about getting caught because they're like, I'm so famous and powerful that
Yeah.
I can do anything I fucking want.
Yeah.
So like they don't even think of consequences because for the most
That's all you
part,
do.
think of how many famous people do fucked up shit and never get in trouble. Like
Sure.
that's the thing. These are the people that have been caught, but like think of how like first off, Hollywood itself is just a cesspool of people just like lying about who they are to the public. So think of acting. That the main trait you need to be a good actor is pretending to be somebody else. Now, if you weren't in front of a camera and you were pretending to be someone else, you're just a mentally ill sociopath. But if you put a camera in front of them, they're like, "Oh no, it's actually he's very talented."
Yeah. Actually, a funny way to put it, but it's actually 100% true. You would think your fucking person was nuts. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna, like Johnny Depp, right? I'm gonna pretend to be a pirate. It's like, oh,
Yeah, but
crazy
he
person.
just does it in real life. Like he played a pirate in one movie, and then he's like, "That's my whole identity
Yeah.
now. That's who I am."
Pirate for life. I mean, yeah, because if someone was just like walking around pretending they were like that, yeah,
Yeah.
they would probably get arrested. They'd be like, "What's this crazy person doing?" But it's
Yeah,
okay
they'll
to
be
do
like,
it
"Oh,
in front of a camera.
let's get medication for this unwell person." But like, if you're in front of a camera, they're like, "Let's give them an award."
It must be really tough to like cheat on your wife if you're an actor, because it's like she's like, "You're just acting. You do this for a living. You're just an actor." Like everything you say, she just thinks you're lying, even if you weren't doing anything. You know what I mean? You were sleeping with the babysitter. No, I wasn't. You're a liar. You're an actor.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, "You have too much chemistry with that co-star."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, banging it. Well, that's what Jennifer Aniston said to Brad Pitt during the movie of was it Mr. and Mrs. or something like that?
Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
And old Brad was giving Juliana.
I'm just gonna say I would have stayed with Jennifer Aniston. It seems less stressful to me. Like all the kids he had to, like all the adopted kids she has. I was just like, with Jennifer Aniston, like, yeah, well, she'll you just get to have sex with Jennifer Aniston. Like that's about it. Like that sounds like a pretty decent life to me. I don't know.
She's like she looks like a good wife quality. You know what I mean? She never really gets into scandals. She's very nice. You know, she's attractive looking. You know, long term, yes. Julia was definitely short term. I'm gonna get my nut off as much as possible, and then obviously we all know that goes away after a while. And now it's just.
I mean, Angelina Jolie must be like a really good at sex because the amount of baggage she comes with is like, and I'm like talking like if I would have sex with her in a heartbeat if given the option. I'm just saying.
Yeah, unless she's better on the floor, right, Adam?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
She carried around a vial of her blood, her brother's blood, in a necklace. She's a little fucked up.
I'm just saying,
great in bed.
I'm just saying, you gotta deal with crap like that and be like,
but guys,
that's normal.
we'll put it up with it for a while. Like we'll give it a time. You know, if it's that good, we will put up with crazy. We've all done this before because you figure you in your mind you're so intoxicated with the sexual action.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even comprehending how fucking nuts they are. And then one day you'll wake up and you'll realize, it's not where the way the scale is always like this, but then eventually the scale goes like this.
Yeah, you wake up and you realize she's gonna stab you in your sleep one night. You just like realize, well, she's just gonna straight up murder me one day. I have to get out of here.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. I was stabbed by a ex-girlfriend in the past, and right in the old thigh with a steak knife. Oh well, we're out to dinner. So
you have a scar from that?
Yeah, it's
I want to see this tomorrow. I got to see this going.
it's near my nut factory.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. Is it really?
Yeah, and
Like the meaty part of the
And-
leg. I mean, it wasn't like a deep thrush line. She broke skin. It wasn't like she
Yeah.
like it went in me. It
Oh,
went
yeah,
like,
you-
You didn't need stitches though, right?
no. I put on
Okay. Whew.
like duct tape. I put on with a gauze strip.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, tell me about it.
yeah, you convince yourself that getting stabbed with a steak knife is better than being alone for some.
That is true.
Well, I could be by myself and unstabbed, but
Mhm. You could
hey, she stabbed me, so I'm due for some pity sex at the very least.
yeah. Then one day they start arguing with you during sex, so that
Oh,
60 seconds of your day you had of pleasure, that 1 minute of the day that was supposed to be pleasure, but while this was all worth it, that one teeny sector of the day you put up with all this just for this moment, and then that moment's spoiled by her just arguing, and then at that point I'm done with the situation. I remember walking out of a Howard Johnson's hotel in September of 2005, and I just washed my hands of the situation.
the old Hojo.
The old Hojo's in Stamford, Connecticut. I said, I said, good day, and I went home, and that was
Yeah,
it.
I thank God I've never been stabbed. That is something I'm am grateful for.
You haven't lived until you realize a foreign object has penetrated you.
Yeah, so some could argue a
Well,
woman doesn't.
That could be taken multiple ways, you know. I mean,
Some could argue a woman doesn't love you if she's not willing to stab you. I guess
Yeah.
that could be an argument that could be made.
It is a true statement, actually. It is a good way to measure how loyal a girl is to you. If she would go out of a rage blackout and commit at least an assault to someone, I mean, she really loves you.
Yeah, she loves you so much. She went into a blind rage and tried to kill you. Like that she's at the very least you could say she's very passionate about you.
yes,
Yeah,
she,
yes,
she
I
loves
just-
you
exactly.
so much that if she can't have you, nobody can. That's
I like the term. Yeah, I like the term passionate.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
very-
if a guy does any of this stuff, he's just
over.
a homicidal maniac.
That's
But when
right.
a woman does it, oh, she's passionate, bro. That's all it is. She's just very passionate.
Oh, Mary's a very nice girl. She's just very passionate. You should see what she does at work when she has to answer an email that she doesn't like. She's very passionate about it, you know.
It's very like well,
Yeah.
that's like guy code for bat. Like that's our nice way of calling a woman batshit crazy. But
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah, like you're talking to your buddies and he's like, oh, so what's Lisa like?
They say it like they're like she's in the other room like with a wire on them listening. Like, no, bro, she's passionate.
She's how do you say? Yeah, very. She's a passionate.
They always look over their shoulder.
Yeah, like
Passionate.
feel the knife going through your back as she's sneaking up above you. That's another thing too. When you're dating a crazy girl, every time you walk in the dock, it's like walking to a funhouse, but except this time you might actually get injured.
Yeah, don't know if she's gonna have sex with you or kill you. That's what
Yeah.
it's like.
You're like a gazelle in the wild, and you're just looking around, making sure this giant lion isn't going to be popping out of the wood and rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
It's a great life of dating. You know what I mean? Guys are just as crazy because you could say, well, you should go gay. And I go, I thought about it. But I'm like, I'm going to get the same exact situation. I know 2 gay guys that got married, 2 different, so I guess 4 gay guys who are already divorced. So like it happens. Eventually you just get to that point with anyone, a guy or girl,
Yeah.
a sofa
Well,
chick.
I'm just gonna say, like, in a relationship, someone has, even 2 dudes, someone has to take the feminine role. So, like, that's like, either way, someone's acting like a crazy chick in your relationship because someone has to take that role.
No,
Someone's gotta be the bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we take turns being crazy. Well, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like straight dudes think being gay is just like getting blown while you're playing Madden, but no, it's not.
I like that.
Nice. I mean,
That's a small section of gay life. Then
yeah.
then it just becomes a regular relationship when you forgot to take out the garbage.
That is true. That is actually very true, and it just gets very more. And then you feel that you could actually physically kick each other's ass too, because now it's just a two dudes just brawling at it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, domestic violence can become like now anything's on the table. You're with a dude.
Yeah, he can knock you
You
out.
can just straight up beat the shit out of each other and then have gay sex.
Yeah. I'll get blown playing Madden. I gotta tell you, not something I've ever done, but I would take that as an up. Like if a girl was like, "Hey, I'm gonna blow you away, play Madden," I'd be like, "Yeah, let's do this. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see how this works."
Yeah, I feel like
lose.
You probably will lose because
yeah, that's what
you're
I was going to say. After a while, if you're really competitive, you're like, hey, stop sucking my dick. I'm at 15 points.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened?
My apartment just shook. There's a thunder blast, like it just shook my apartment.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
Shit.
that's wild. I thought all the videos are falling off the back. I see them. They're all hitting the ground. It's amazing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Matt, you'd be on first down, sending out your punt team. You're like, I don't know what I just hit. I'm just
yeah. Some 8-year-old who isn't getting a blowjob because he's 8 is like, I'm kicking the shit out of this guy. And he's calling you a loser, and you want to be like, I'm getting my dick sucked right now. Fuck you.
Be like, I had to shut the video feed off, otherwise I'd be a registered sex offender. So
yeah.
It's that fine line of the joke and being a criminal. You know?
Yeah. Just get in trouble. After that, your life would be over.
Yeah.
But what a way to go if your last moment on Earth was getting your dick sucked while you were playing Madden. Like, I think that's like in the top 5 good way to die. Like,
that would be a great way to go for you, but it's sure traumatizing as fuck for the person who was blowing it.
The girl giving the blowjob would have to go to therapy for the rest of her life. But
pretty much.
I remember my last blowjob. Oh yeah, what happened? He died. Okay, that's very memorable. It's
Lips of death.
Yeah, super suckers.
Yeah. God. And then everyone at the funeral was like kind of chuckling.
How'd he die? Yeah, how'd he die?
Yeah.
Is that the girl over there? Is that the one? Is that she's?
I used to know somebody who their wife said their husband died from slipping on a French fry, and
that's not fun. But
yeah, that's like one of those things that you shouldn't say that. Just make something up. Just like it sounds like. Yeah, you don't want to die living your life like a Three Stooges character. You know what I mean? That's
the old banana peel got him as he was walking out of the office. He didn't see it on the floor. Yeah. There's a public service announcement. If your husband or wife died for something as simple as maybe picking up a piece of toilet paper, and it wasn't like a health issue, it was just like a freak accident, then you probably should change the story. You know what I mean? Or add a little add to it, so it's not like
make something up.
Yeah. That's just my.
Everyone wants a story about their death to be like kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Because if it's boring, no one's ever gonna really talk about you. Think about that. If you die in an exciting way, people will remember you. They'll like have to tell the story for the rest of their lives after. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at Chris Farley. He had a couple hookers and he was doing blow.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to go.
And you know, that's this isn't to be heartless. That's the perfect way for someone like Chris Farley to go. Like, think of the way he lived his life. If he didn't die that way, it kind of would have been more sad.
Yeah.
In a way.
It's like dying. Yeah, like just be like dying old and alone.
In my mind, it's not about me because like I'm dead. I don't give a fuck. Like it's more about my loved ones. Like I don't want it slipping on a French fry. It's like, are they comfortable really saying that? Like just say something else, you know?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Kurt, we are approaching the end of this program. This is a quick hour. That kind of flew by pretty quick. And I reset the router prior to the show this week, Adam, so I didn't lose my internet connection like I typically do week after week, and it worked out pretty good.
And clear,
But,
buddy.
Kurt, thanks for having us. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
I had fun. Got to talk about a lot of fun stuff. So
do you have a web? I know you got the Instagram, but do you have a website or somewhere where people can go find you?
I'm just mainly on Instagram. I'm on Facebook too. I'm just Kurt Ryan and Kurt Ryan Comedy on Instagram, and you can follow me and all that stuff. So
awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir. And we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, Kurt Ryan, everyone from
Okay.
Maryland. I knew he was in the bathroom when we first started the show. I could tell because I once owned that exact curtain for the shower. And one of my old
Ryan Glover did. Ryan Glover had been in the bathroom before. I would put my fucking life on it. Not constantly, but there was one time I know he was sitting on the fucking toilet. I am confident.
Because you get that look when you sit on a toilet, right? It's not like I'm on a recliner. I'm like in a nice comfortable desk chair right now, so I'm comfortable. You know, if I was sitting on a toilet, it's more like like this, and you can tell your legs are together, and you kind of, and you're trying to box the shot in so it doesn't look like you're in your bathroom. But you could always tell. You get the echo too. The bathroom makes a terrible echo. You know what I mean?
In the proportion of what might be behind them to where they're sitting.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because you think you want a seat back, but there's no seat back. So it's like, why is those tissues so damn low? Oh, he's sitting on the toilet. You know?
Why is there a lip of what looks like it could be a sink, like right here?
Our old friend Ryan Glover, who just one day just got up and left us like a dad sometimes, and went out and got milk, never came home, is back at it. So if you've noticed the last few weeks, he's been dropping a lot of videos. So check it out, Ryan Glover on YouTube. He actually had our old friend Skippy on his last episode.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Which you and Skippy, as we remember, had some history. You guys helped each other out.
He always told me to get back to him, email him. I just haven't.
The
guy just, you
think he's figured it out by now, the whole thing?
Oh, I know he has.
Yeah,
I know he has. I helped him figure it out.
Long story short, Skippy was had all these views but wasn't getting monetized and couldn't figure out how to get going. So Adam over here did the Good Samaritan Act of 2020 and got him hopefully making some money from all his videos. So it's always a good
I should reach out to him someday and say, hey, see how he's doing.
We should bring him on the show. We should get him back on. It's been a while. He is in our opening credits of our show. So he did make it to that.
It would have to be like a 9:30 show, though. Remember, he comes on, his time is different. So it would have to be later. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I usually just have to meet him I'd probably if I was to meet up with him right now, it'd have to be like 9:30 here.
That's right. I think he was in Utah, wasn't he? He was like a moment.
Yeah.
That would explain it. All right, sir. I can't wait to end the show just so I can get back. When I walk downstairs, it's 80 degrees down there. It's gonna feel like it's like I'm walking into a meat locker. It's gonna be nice. So the fan worked out good. I think I'll use this for the show. You can't really pick it up I can't hear it on the mic. I can't. So there you go. Maybe I could at least bring the temperature down. 5 degrees would be nice. So, what can everyone go and see the potato?
Check out the Whirlwind Potato on YouTube. That's my thing. It's there. It's just chilling. Get back to it at some point.
Did you hit 400 subscribers yet? I know you're close.
I haven't checked. I can check right now. We are at. I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, if I post a video, I'm going to lose a few because if it sits dormant for a while, 400. It is at 400 on the dot.
Congratulations on the 400 subscribers. Yeah, it's a big number. It's tough. YouTube's probably the toughest thing to get subscribers because most people watch the videos, but they don't subscribe. For me, at least, it takes at least 3 to 4 really good videos for me to subscribe to someone. Typically,
yeah, that's true.
I'm more tend to subscribe now more often than I was in the past, knowing how the system works and how you need subscribers and everything to make things work. But like back in the day when I had no idea what monetization was and all that stuff, I probably would never ever subscribe to someone because I didn't feel the need to. You know what I mean? I just would go to their page. But So you should subscribe. Like you should subscribe to the show. So if you're watching the show on YouTube, hit the little subscribe button right there and get notified.
Real quick though, before we go, what did you think of Pauly Shore's channel? You and me were texting back.
Ooh.
It's rough, right?
So Pauly Shore, the old famous actor, comedian, has his own channel on YouTube. And Mr. Matt over here got me to watch it. I think it was Friday night that I put it on. I think it was Friday night. So I gotta get this thing on watch. It is I hope deep down inside he's doing this to be ironic. And it's meant to fail the way it fails because Pauly Shore is an odd guy and he's like into doing like ironic, like weird stuff. So I could see this perhaps, but I strongly think it is sadly he is trying his hardest to make this, and the views are so sad, like 3,000 views, 4,000 views. I mean, this is fucking Pauly Shore.
Did you watch the air conditioner video?
I probably did. I
think you did, yeah.
Here's those bands that play songs.
I saw that. That was painful.
I'm actually the show's over. I might go downstairs and watch a little Pauly Shore. So and I did watch a little bit of the Tom Green one that you said too, and it was all right. It's a slow watch. You know, I think it would be a little more entertaining if he like reduced like he made them like 5 to 10 minute videos instead of like there was like some 20 to 30 minute videos that were just way too long. But he went to the one I did watch the whole thing was when he went back to some location in Ottawa that he used to film the movies back, his little clips back in the day when he was in public access. And he brought some like stranger along with him. It was a very odd situation. But yeah.
But yeah, Pauly Shore's random rant segments that he does on his channel are they're painful, man. They're
very
so
tough.
painful.
Poor Pauly. All right, everybody. This is the show. It's hot. Hopefully next week's not so hot. Get me on the Wicked Explorers, DJ Arty 84, and the Arty 84 show everywhere. You can listen and watch, and make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys next week. Toodaloo, motherfuckers. Bye.